Hey there, this is Riley from McNaught, Cadillac, Buick, GMC. Now I figured I'd take this opportunity to take you on an in-depth tour of the 2019 GMC Acadia Denali edition. Now this Denali is absolutely loaded with features, and you're going to be surprised at the price. It's coming in at just under $60,000 Canadian. So for our US viewers out there, that's just in the high 40s, I'd imagine, with the exchange rate. Now the amount of features you're going to be getting though is going to be keeping you up to par with some of the offerings from Cadillac, Lexus, or Audi. Now let's take a look here on the front end. You've got a powerful 3.6 liter V6 engine, and that's going to be paired up with the legendary 6-speed automatic transmission. Now GM did come out with a few new transmissions. You may be seeing this in a couple years from now in some of the upcoming models of the Acadia, but for now they've stuck with their roots. They've got the reliable 6-speed transmission in there. Really great fuel economy with your cylinder deactivation. Now a couple other key components that make the bold appearance of this Acadia has to be that honeycomb Denali grille. Now you're going to notice that it's going to look really familiar to the Yukon. It's going to have that presence when you're rolling down the highway. On the front end, you do have your HID high intensity bulbs. You have the LED surround running lights. Those are going to stay on while you're driving in the day or at night. And then you've got the fog lamps and your forward-facing parking sensors. Now, as we head alongside here, I'm going to take a look at these wheels real quick. Look at these beautiful machined aluminum. These are 20-inch wheels here on all-season tires. Now, you're definitely not going to be disappointed with these wheels. You've got a couple other options depending on the trim level that you pick, but in my opinion, these are my favorite. Now, over here on the mirror caps, you are going to find your side blind zone alert. You've also got the proximity locks on the door handles, which have the nice chrome surround accent on them, giving it that nice sharp appearance. Of course, you could lock and unlock all 4 doors from the push of a button, as long as the key is within range, meaning it has to be in your pocket. Now on the roof here, you are going to notice the roof rails. You've got the antenna for the 4G Wi-Fi connectivity, which we're going to hop on inside and show you what that's all about. The back end does feature your LED taillights. You also have your dual exhaust system with the chrome accent. Now, cool thing about your tailgate here, if you opt for the Denali model or even the SLT, you are going to have the power lift gate that you could open up using the button on your key. Or let's say you have some groceries in your hand, just basically swipe your foot under the rear left portion of the vehicle, and that's going to open up like so. Now, the cargo volume in the Acadia is exceptional here. So basically you could seat up to 6 passengers in total, but let's say you only have 2 or 4 people in here. You could drop these seats down nice and flat, and that's going to allow for plenty of cargo space in the rear trunk. Now, if you want to get these seats back up, that's no problem. Just grab the little cord, and with one hand, you're able to lift that seat up. And once again, up to 6 passengers could sit in this Acadia. So if you're heading out to the lake for the weekend, you want to bring a couple friends along, that's not going to be an issue whatsoever. Now, moving around the other side here, once again, just look at this sleek appearance. This is the ebony twilight metallic exterior. Now we're going to take a look at first glance what the interior of the all-new redesigned Acadia has to offer here. Now we've opted for the jet black leather interior on this particular model, so you are going to notice you've got the nice soft touch materials on the inside, white offset stitching, nice leather where your elbows are going to be resting, and then you've also got the wood grain trim on the inside, really rich and detailed. Now, a couple features on the driver's side door panel. You are going to notice you have the memory seat settings. That's going to recall your not only your seat position, but your steering wheel position as well every time you hop in the vehicle. You've got the power adjustable side view mirrors, automatic one touchdown windows, and then a button here that's going to open up your tailgate. And you could program it to open up all the way, or you could have it open up 3/4 of the way. You're also able to lock that off completely if you don't want anybody opening up the rear lift gate. Now, over here is the Bose premium audio system. That's an 8-speaker system in this vehicle, and it's got plenty of rich, detailed quality. You're going to notice that at first when you plug in your iPhone and start playing some music for the first time. Now, on the back of the headrest, one way you know this is a Denali is the embroidered Denali emblem on the seats. You've got the nice leather-appointed French-stitched leather seats here, heated and ventilated for your comfort. And as we head on down, of course, fully power adjustable for the 2 front seats. That's not even anything to worry about. Now over here, just behind the steering wheel, you are going to notice you've got the power adjustable controls. You also have your controls that are going to help you control your audio, your volume, your radio station, and then down here is your electronic park brake and your brightness controls. All right, at first glance in the interior here, the first thing you're going to notice is this massive digital LCD display you have on the front dash. Now this is, of course, all new to the Acadia. Now, in order to control that screen, you could use the buttons on the right-hand portion of your steering wheel. You go up and down, scroll through your vehicle information, your fuel economy, your radio. But another cool feature here is you could actually show the incline if you're going off-roading. That's going to show some more detailed information having to do with your all-wheel drive system, showing which wheels are engaged and which drive mode that you're currently in. Now, of course, on the left-hand side, you've got your standard cruise controls. You've got the forward collision alert, as well as your heated steering wheel option, which is really nice in the wintertime. And the other two buttons on the side here are your hands-free call button to hang up and to make phone calls while you're on the road. Now let's take a look at the 8-inch touchscreen display. This is the GMC IntelliLink system, and I have to tell you right now, this thing's improved from the previous generation. You've got the navigation system here, which is really easy to use if you want to enter your work. You could enter your home. You could save different hotspots and addresses for when you hop in the vehicle and need directions. Now, in terms of audio, you do have Sirius XM radio. That's going to come standard for 3 months. You've got the media options such as USB, Bluetooth, as well as an auxiliary port. And if we head on back here, Bluetooth phone connectivity, projection, that's going to work with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. You've got your settings, you've got text messaging OnStar, and you've even got access to your rear climate controls, not to mention the new camera system. Now take a look at the camera options you have in this Denali. Not only do you have the 360 bird's eye perspective, you've also got a forward-facing camera, as well as your rear-facing camera with your trajectory lines. And then you've also got a trailering option if you want to line up your trailer hitch without having a spotter. That's a really great feature to have. Now a little bit below that, you've got the nice hard buttons here for your volume. A lot of people are complaining that some car manufacturers are going all digital, but you've got the hard controls, so it's really easy to use here. A little bit lower, you are going to find your dual zone climate controls. Nothing new here, but below that, once again, heated and ventilated seats. Now that's such a great option here because in Canada, you know, our winters get pretty cold and our summers can get pretty hot, so you've definitely got comfort all year around. Now down below, you've got plenty of storage, but you've also got a 12-volt charging outlet, a pair of USBs, and your auxiliary, as well as your traction control and your hazards. Now look at this whole center console area, really wide open and spacious. Now I love this wood grain that they put in the middle here. It breaks up the interior and has a nice natural and simplistic feel to it. Now the gear selector is your standard average everyday gear selector. You do have your manual shifting up here. And as we head on a little bit lower, I'm just going to try and focus here on the select terrain system. Now you've got your all-wheel drive mode, you've got two-wheel drive, which is actually going to use the front wheels for power, and then you've also got your sport mode, you've also got your off-roading mode, and then you've got your towing mode. And this vehicle is good to tow up to 4,000 pounds, so you're definitely not going to be lacking any power when you need it to tow your trailer or your boat for the weekend. Now you've got the parking sensors as well as your lane departure warning. You could turn that on and off depending if you need it or not. Now inside the armrest itself, pretty spacious in here. There's nothing really new in there, just your standard armrest. You've also got the slot here to put your key fob in case the battery in your key fob dies. You're still able to start up the vehicle. You just have to put it in that sensor cup. Now heading up towards the ceiling here, let's take a look at the options up here. You've got the power garage door transmitter, I should say, your slide and tilt sunroof, as well as your lights for the interior cabin, which are LEDs, so they're going to draw a lot less power and not going to drain your battery if your kid leaves it on overnight. Now just below that, you do have your OnStar buttons, and of course, as I mentioned, this thing's equipped with 4G Wi-Fi connectivity. Now you are able to subscribe to that. The cost isn't that much more than your average monthly cell phone bill, except you are going to notice improved connectivity because it's using the antenna from the car rather than the antenna in your cell phone. So if you're going on a long road trip through the Rockies, you're not going to have any issues staying connected. Now we're gonna head on into the back seating area of the GMC Acadia, and this is why you're buying a mid-size SUV. You need room for the kids, you need room for your friends, and you need room for the luggage when you're going on a long road trip. So let's take a look at some of the stuff you've got back here. Now the second row seats have the same great quality, they are heated, and you've also got your nice leather armrests. So no matter who's sitting in the second row, you're basically just as comfortable as those in the front. Now if we take a look here at the center console area here, I'm gonna get my camera to focus. Take a look at this. You've got your own rear climate controls, you've got the heated seats, as well as a pair of USB high-speed charging outlets, and then you've even got a 120 volt outlet if you want to plug in your laptop or whatever else, as well as a nice tray in the middle. So definitely in terms of connectivity, you're set back here. And take a look at this, you also have the dual sunroof in this vehicle. Now if you want to get into that third row, you could run on through the center aisle, or you're able to drop the seat down by pulling the handle. That's going to lower nice and flat if you need it to. And then of course you've got 2 seats back here. Now you're probably wondering, man, the old Acadia had 3 seats in the third row. Why doesn't this one have 3 seats? Well, if you take a look at the overall appearance and stance of this vehicle, it's definitely a lot more narrow. So rather than trying to stuff a really uncomfortable third row seat, GMC decided, let's just cut the third row seat and put 2 seats in the very back. That way everybody's nice and comfortable no matter what. So you are going to be able to seat up to 6 people. And in fact, if you opt for the second row bench, you could still have 7 people in this Acadia. So overall, you're not really missing out on anything in this generation. You're getting plenty of tech, plenty of safety features, and like I said, really reliable engine and transmission combo. So they didn't really change anything there. They stuck to their roots with what made this vehicle great to begin with.